to keep my chair if you all won't mind. Kind of comfy, actually.
Is this my moment?
This is your moment. Let her shine.
Can I
Steve.
tell a story about Bob first?
I don't know.
I'm going to tell a story about Bob first.
Bob, you sure this is okay? Don't ask me. You might ask him. He's
Not this
he's
Bob.
One with the pistol.
Not this Bob. Bob Saddler
Okay.
lived in Cadillac. He was probably the most important music teacher I knew. He lived in a mansion right in the center of Cadillac. Great big mansion. The mansion was a gift from the king of Cadillac. See, Bob worked in forestries. He was a great hunter. Well, anyway, the king got word there was a unicorn loose in the forest, and he sent for Bob, who was the greatest woodsman in all the land. He sent, don't laugh, it's a true story. He sent for Bob. Well, Bob went out there, poked around in the woods. Well, he found that unicorn, great big bull unicorn with a long spike on his face. Well, Bob stepped on a twig and the unicorn charged. Bob zipped right up a tree. The unicorn came charging, stuck that horn on his head right into the tree. Well, Bob dropped down, slid off his back. They went and got the king's guard, and they came and shot the unicorn, and they put it on they had it taxidermied. Well, anyway, the king said, "Thank you, Bob, here's $20. And a little bit later, they got word there was a wild hog loose in the woods. Great big wild hog loose in the woods, tusks like swords. The king sent for Bob. Bob was the greatest huntsman. Anyway, Bob goes out. Same thing happened. Bob steps on a twig. The wild hog charges. Bob goes up a tree. Hog gets his tusks stuck in the tree. Bob slides down his back, gets the king. 180 pounds of side pork off of this wild hog. The king gives Bob his money, says, "Thank you, Bob." Bob's not happy with the money. Bob wants a great big mansion like all the other important people in Cadillac have, right? Well, a little bit later, the king gets word that there's a lion loose in the woods. So he sends for Bob, and Bob goes out into the woods, and there's the lion. The lion charges. Bob goes up a tree. The lion bangs its head on it doesn't have anything to get stuck in the tree, so it circles around and goes to sleep. Well, Bob slides down, steps on its tail. Lion goes to charge. Bob gets his arms around its neck and hangs on for dear life, and they go careening down right into the main street of Cadillac where the king's guards see it coming, and they shoot that lion out from under Bob. Well, Bob sees his chance. It's like, "King, you got to discipline your guards better. I was going to train that lion to be a horse that you could ride on, and all the other kings would know how important you were. Now I have to go get another lion. You owe me big time." Well, the king gave Bob a great big mansion right in Cadillac, and that's where I would go to learn how to play music.
That big mansion in Cadillac, if anybody knows the history of Cadillac in that area, there was Mitchell Brothers, was a huge logging company that owned a whole bunch of stuff, leased a whole bunch of stuff in northern Michigan. They also did car parts, Mitchell Brothers car parts. And that was a Mitchell Brothers house that Bob owned. And Steve's right, it was a great big mansion in Cadillac. Got these highways